This is Super Happy Speedy Gerbil. Or Gerbil? Whatever. It's another JNK game. I'm Chaotic Law, by the way. And basically, the goal of the game, just run to the right, don't stop, avoid the spikes. And you can grab rings for points. But don't stop running, ever, else you just die. This isn't exactly the best game to commentate over, but we'll do our best. Sure, why don't we talk about my day? It's for the most part pretty okay. I mean, could be worse, and game over. So yeah, it's okay for the most part. We've moved to medium. Mostly the same, yes. Except my laptop's actually dying. I'm still recording it with it though. Game over. Can't be sure what the cause really is though. Thing about it is, well, I think it's actually the main board, or motherboard, or whatever you want to call it. The Apple calls their stuff like the logic board. I mean, in the end it's all the same thing. And this being a MacBook specifically, game over, it just, you know, tends to have most components irreplaceable. Or you could say the same for those iMacs with the integrated systems inside the computer itself. The monitor. Let's just keep going with me easy, since, well, it's easier to talk to you this way. So yeah, I'm gonna see what I can do about it. According to Apple's website, apparently the warranty's expired, but who knows what can happen. I mean, it still is a fault. The wireless comes in and then drops out, and then, well, stuff starts to happen. The moment I try to pick it up, it generally freezes up and can't do anything about it, so I have to power it off, and then it turn it on and the RAM goes boop, boop, boop. So yeah. So after that shenanigans, I went and recorded a couple more episodes of FTL. My first proper run is complete for the first time ever. I've made it to the end, which is nice to know. That being considered, I've finished a run. Best to finish off the run before the computer completely dies. And I don't have to worry about it for the next few weeks. And hopefully by then I'll have some sort of replacement or something in place. So yeah, the schedule should still be the same. Hopefully. Of course there's no guarantees, and yeah. We're either doing pretty well or pretty poorly, at least according to this diagram down here. 1042, and then it drops down. Yeah. So. Ooh, well, I'm there. Just try it again, and die. Okay. So yeah. Finish up my first run of FTL. That's... yeah. I just did 2 videos in a row, just recorded them one back to back. That way I don't have to worry about it. I've also... well, I haven't edited any of it, but I've got all the audio streams and the raw files, so should be able to handle it pretty well. After that, I've still got to finish off Fregato and Friends, which I'll do shortly. And then, well, I've got a whole bunch of stuff to get done. I'll have to start another FTL run eventually. Make sure I'm ahead of the schedule, as always. Otherwise, you know, you just never get any videos. It's tough trying to get stuff together. I bet you'd like to hear most of the soundtrack, but I don't think I ever last long enough to get to that stage. Just gotta keep concentrating, and that means less talking. Although that's not always a bad thing. I mean, cutscenes you generally want to avoid talking over. So yeah, video editing takes a lot of time. You probably, like, about 1.5 times the amount it takes to, of raw footage goes into editing. So if I record 10 minutes, it'll probably take me about 15 minutes. Actually, that doesn't sound right. I'll probably take more about 3 times the amount of time it takes to edit a video. You have to listen to it back just for quality purposes. You don't want to bring a bad LP in. I mean, I scrapped one, which was a rhythm game, another JNK game. I just forget what it's called. It was Jaywalker, I think. But I never got around to editing it, and in the end, when I watched it back, I didn't like it. So, that's just a little bit about video quality. Although, chances are this probably isn't a good quality in terms of talking and entertainment. Future. New computer, hopefully. It's gonna be terrible if they get me a replacement like standard MacBook or whatever. Since, like, all the later models, they end up using Intel HD integrated graphics, so FTL runs will get ruined. Absolutely ruined. I think there was a fix, but I really don't think that's the case. I also have a whole bunch of other games. I mean, OpenGL support is pretty stuffed on most of the Intel series. And hopefully if I get a decent enough graphics card, I could, you know, get other things like major works done. Because I'm designing a computer case. Yeah, it's not something I typically talk about. Well, that's a whole bunch of runs. Let's just start moving to medium. Everything moves a lot faster. Of course I could randomly just hit jump. I mean, it's not like you'd notice the difference, right? So yeah, hopefully, maybe a new computer might be on its way. I have no idea. It's probably gonna be pretty poor. I mean, our family isn't that rich, and I'll probably just get a used computer that my sister left behind or something after she got married. Or something. I have no idea what I'm saying. And I keep hitting the spikes. This guy's really just in it for the A, the spikes, or B, the rings, or C, the monkeys in the trees. Which you may or may not have noticed, but considering how fast it's moving, you probably would have been able to see it on easy. Or during one of the game over sequences. Oh. That was fast. Of course this is just a whole bunch of failed attempts, because let's face it, there's no end to this. That's why there's a score meter. So, maybe you will improve. Grab some extra bonus points and die again. So, one of the more interesting things I found about my statistics is that Flotilla generally had a lot more views and people stayed around for it. It's just something I've seen. It's like, huh? It's like, people want to see more of this? Well, no comments actually suggested that because, well, it's early days, no one really comments on this stuff. But I might plan on doing Flotilla in the future as our actual series. I mean, it's done better than my FTL series has. Even though I feel much more happier doing FTL. Because I have to do Flotilla all in one sitting, and the amount of hard disk space on this laptop is like barely 50 gig. Which isn't that much, considering that some FTL raw footage, about half an hour, is about 15 gigs, so gotta be aware of that. it's proportional to just how much details in these videos. I mean, my Metroid Fusion Let's Play, due to the limited color palettes, or at least what I think to be limited color palettes, they only use a specific amount, so I'm under the assumption that because it uses less colors, it uses less hard disk space. Let's go hard. Oh, that was a bad idea. Got exactly 100 though. Ah. So yeah, file sizes. Yeah, you want to keep them low, but you've got to find a compromise between disk space, quality, and your computer's ability to explode. I remember, like, one of the times I attempted to play something and it just froze up. I can't remember which game it was that I was trying to LP at the time. I am tired out. No thanks to the FTL episodes. So, should I tell you whether it was a success or failure? I'm not gonna tell you. You can watch it for yourself when it comes out. Though I am a failure at this game. Initially I didn't think about doing this, but because the reasoning behind it was, well, basically what would I talk about? And then so in the end I settled for real life and just did it while my laptop was dying. Which it still is, don't get me wrong. But basically it's the only machine I can do LPs on because it's the only one that can sit in this room of mine that I don't have to talk into without everyone else interrupting all the time. Of course times are limited and of course there's gotta be background noise or maybe the unexpected interruption. I mean, one of my Fregato and Friends episodes has that. I call it a glitch though, because you don't ever notice it. So yeah, just stop the recording and then start it again and then splice it together. Although it immensely adds to editing time because you gotta apply the same effects to both audio, because guess what, you have to do post-processing, or yeah, and then render it out again. The energy costs of this must be through the roof or something. Oh. Oh. Game over. We'll see if we can beat this high score and then we'll call it. Come on. Oh. Fine then. We'll take it on easy. Because let's face it, it's much easier on easy. You might not notice the difference. But I certainly do. I mean, we're moving pretty darn fast. Just gotta avoid the spikes. Don't concentrate on the rings, just the spikes. And maybe we'll hear a bit more of the soundtrack. Whoa, my eyes are blurring because I'm trying to keep an eye on the... Oh, the music's bringing itself up, but I've got to keep avoiding the spikes. The spikes. Just think about the spikes. My eyes are just watering up because I've been recording so long. And, well, yeah. Game over there. So yes. Super Happy Speedy Gerbil by JNK for GamerWeek.com. Of course, if you want to download it, the link's in the description, or maybe I might annotate it here. Perhaps. Anyway, I'm Chaotic Law, and